Hey everybody, it's the Colts. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be an interesting matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Miami Dolphins. With that, let's get down to Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Standing by for the call, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, thanks. Located appropriately for his career win total at 347 Don Shula Drive. There's a look at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami, Florida. This crowd a few minutes ago stirred into action at the side of their Dolphins emerging from the Hard Rock Stadium tunnels, and we are ready to go as the Dolphins get set to match up with the Indianapolis Colts. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Before kickoff, Charles, quickly your keys to the game.
Well, partner, I can give you the standard ones, turnovers, special teams play. But here's one that doesn't get talked about much anymore, and that's time of possession. Whoever controls the football, gives their defense a break, and takes care of business, that's the team that's going to win this ball game.
Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback, a product of NC State. It's Jacoby Brissett. A man who played college football here in the Sunshine State. It's USF's Marlon Mack. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. And here are the Colts offensive starters.
Brian Kelly's a great example of how valuable centers have become in the NFL. A former first-round pick, he was plugged in immediately to be a starter to handle big nose tackles as well as blitzing linebackers, and also able to move and get out into the run game and get to the second and third level and deliver blocks.
From the 30 on second down, Brissett throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. And a look at the starters for the Miami defense.
The competition to go to the Pro Bowl at safety is fierce in the NFL, but Rashad Jones makes his case year in and year out as one who should go.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, Brissett. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. Leading them out is going to be their quarterback. That's the grizzled vet, Ryan Fitzpatrick.
One thing that I think Ryan Fitzpatrick doesn't get enough credit for is his toughness. This is a guy who plays through injuries, but it's also being mentally tough, knowing that everyone's always trying to move him out of the lineup, trying to find a replacement for him, yet he continues to battle and has earned the total respect of his teammates.
Man, pretty good pursuit there defensively. He's brought down, no gain on the play, second down coming up. Time to feature the offensive starters, and our first chance to get a look at Parker.
Devontae Parker came out of Louisville with a guy who was known as a mature receiver. Runs routes really well, but the best part of his game, he'll jump over you at the end of a route and go get the football.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. Check. Cross.
They'll run it now out of the gun. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. And let's go through the starting defense for Indianapolis.
Justin Houston is truly one of the elite pass rushers in the league. Knows how to get to the quarterback with a variety of moves.
Mike, 180.
On third down, Fitzpatrick. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop, but that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything, so it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for. When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, it's Hines. Well, the pretty move couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Reset, and that is incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here, 1st and 10.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They run it with Balaj. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Now Balaj. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Mike 20. And we got Mike, number 53. Mike 53. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
From the 39, Fitzpatrick. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. He's got his man. It's Williams. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 20-yard line. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They'll run here with Balaj. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Two running plays go backwards, so what's the call on 3rd and 13 now? Off the play fake here, Fitzpatrick letting one go deep for the end zone. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried, he's not hit, and somehow incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
A 40-yard attempt.
And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Brissett now. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
On first down, it's Mack. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Brissett. And he connects with Ebron. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to, pick up a first down.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 49-yard line. They'll run here with Mack. And an alley to run. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Running the sweep, Hilton with it. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
They go play action with Brissett. It's caught by Funchess. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
The Colts with a first red zone opportunity of the ball game. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Zach Pascal there to make the grab. And the Colts have taken the lead. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Now Adam Vinatieri for the point after. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Picked up by the offense. This is a live ball.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 32-yard line.
Hey, 180! Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
On 2nd down now, Laird, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. That was shades of Tennessee volunteer football back in the 80s with Charles Davis coming up from the secondary to make the tackle for a loss.
You mean my teammates doing that, right? Because they would tell you, my coach would say, where's that tape? I want to see that. But how about the complete package there? Not just playing the pass, but being a willing tackler and making a really nice play.
Hey, 180! 50 to Mike, 50 to Mike. Let him know, let him know.
3rd and short yardage, Fitzpatrick. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And oh, he coughed it up. And I believe the Colts have recovered. Yes, they have.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. We got it. We got it.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Brissett. To the right side to Eric Ebron. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. I know when you got a top tight end like this, you want to get him involved, but when you do, you're hoping for more than that.
You certainly are. You've got to try and get him some space where he can make a play downfield, or at least an opportunity for some rack yardage, right? That run after catch.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Brissett sets to throw it. He's going to go for it. And this is caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 36 yards on the play.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around. Charles Harris just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Here's Brissett. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. This is 3rd and goal. Brissett. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
They'll run it now out of the gun. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Malage. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 6-3 is our score after 1. It's the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Check.
They'll try to throw here, Fitzpatrick. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack by Marcus Hunt. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. On play action, Fitzpatrick. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Fitzpatrick to throw it, and down he goes. Fitzpatrick sacked. Jabal Sheard wreaking the defensive havoc. Well, they went with the nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down, you bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, is that interception, even though you're playing well, your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. This is Mack on the counter. And an alley to run. Powering his way forward. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It's a gain of 34.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On 1st down, they'll stay with Mack on the ground. Devon Godchaux up to make the tackle.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
On the bootleg, it's Brissett. Funches has it complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. But there's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Charles Harris picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. To throw is Brissett. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think they were looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. I mean, size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
The Colts on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Here's Brissett toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
We always talk about receivers. If the ball hits your hand, you're supposed to haul it in, but it is hard to adjust to a pass thrown a little bit behind you.
That one was all the momentum going forward. Couldn't contort his body back to grab it. So with 4th down coming up, here's Adam Vinatieri now for the Colts field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And the lead will increase to 6 now. It's 9-3. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. On 2nd down, Laird looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Fitzpatrick. Got a man, it's complete. Williams. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A Miami 1st down on the 14-yard pickup.
Let's go! Let's go! Mike's 20! Hey! Mike's 50, Mike's 50! I got one!
They'll run on 1st down. Laird. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. And give the tackle to Anthony Walker.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Fitzpatrick. Now a short one to Gesicki. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Miami. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Marlon Mack now heading back out there. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. On the ground, it's Mack. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Play action now. Brissett under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Give the sack to Jerome Baker. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now a run with Mack. Only 2 yards on the carry. That's going to set up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 15 to be exact.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Throwing, Brissett. That's complete to the running back, Nyheim Hines. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big play there for Indy. 41 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Draw play. This is Hines. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
From the 17, Brissett, complete to Hilton. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. On 1st and 10, Brissett. This is caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his fifth catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Brissett. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Chester Rogers there to make the grab. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What did it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Steps before you
got inside for the catch and the score. This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Here we go.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up.
Out of bounds at the 33-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Mike 50, yeah. Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it.
On 2nd and 7, Fitzpatrick. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Fitzpatrick. And it's caught by Parker. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down. Fitzpatrick on first down. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki.
Out of bounds at the 47-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing suck.
To the air again, Fitzpatrick. Complete. This is Albert Wilson. And they'll get him to the ground, and he has another first down at the Colts 36. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
Writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Fitzpatrick again. He gets it into the arms of Parker, complete. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll throw again. Fitzpatrick. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
Again, it's Fitzpatrick. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. 2 incompletions haven't moved them any closer, and likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. And he's got it. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Sanders' kick is good. And the lead is down to 10 now at 16-6. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Marlon Mack now heading back out there. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. through the air first. Maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive maybe. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. To throw, Brissett. It's caught by Funchess. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Out of the gun, Brissett. And he gets it to Funchess complete. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Into the air once more. It's Brissett. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
They'll throw again. Brissett. Now he's forced out right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 33.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, and his first carry of the game right there, he had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well.
Ready? Mike, right. Check, 55, Mike. I got it.
Off the play fake, here's Brissett. Funchess with a catch over the middle. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
From the red zone now, Brissett. He'll find Hines out of the backfield. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him 4 yards there, and that should be the final play of this first half. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has been a hard-hitting affair to this point, and you got to expect we'll see more of the same in the second half. And to bring the action your way, let's get it right back out to Brandon Godden.
All right, we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Check curls, check curls, check curls.
From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. And he finds Parker here, complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down. Now they try the right side here, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Throwing on 2nd down. Fitzpatrick. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. And to give this time to the tailback. And that time the tackle by Malik Hooker.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Check my 50. Check my 50. Right here, right here.
From the 41, Fitzpatrick toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun. Fitzpatrick completes it to the tight end, Smythe. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the first down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a fourth down.
Here's Matt Hawk now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, here's Bovada. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. This defense trying to do its part. Active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the shotgun, it's Bovada. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
No surprise they decided to throw on third down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez, standing right on his own 5-yard line. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Davis now to return it. 12 yards on the return that time, and it'll be Dolphin football. And the Dolphins getting set to go here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
50's a mic, 50's a mic. They can't hang with us.
They'll keep it on the ground. Laird, and this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Fitzpatrick to throw it. His throw incomplete. The big tight end, Clive Walford, the intended target. But it's going to be 2nd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
We gotta step it up.
Throwing again here, Fitzpatrick on 2nd and 10. It's caught by Clive Walford. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. A draw play now, Balaj, and he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Now it's a bootleg with Fitzpatrick. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Jabal Sheard able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And that's the 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
So now after the sack, 3rd and long, and Fitzpatrick and company a little work to do.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Play action now, Fitzpatrick. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
Strong right, strong right, strong right. 4 down.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Man, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
3rd and goal for Fitzpatrick. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Durham Smythe there to make the grab, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead is down to a field goal. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
They go play action with Brissett. Looking deep for Hilton. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Now this throw caught left side, and he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Call that a very strong gain of 24. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage, so as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Brissett now, 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10. Now it's Hines. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front and then maybe a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
They run again with Hines. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On first down, Mack. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
On 2nd and inches, Brissett over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback, But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. Here's Brissett. And he's got his man Hilton. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, we're looking at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy, couldn't get in. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Chester Rogers, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's gotten off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps and maybe stopping him before he can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case, well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give him a lot of confidence to help turn things around. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll stay on the ground. Barrage again. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
On 3rd and 1, here's Fitzpatrick. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
I'm trying to collect
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Fitzpatrick. Over the middle, it's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. To throw, Fitzpatrick. And this is Parker, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 27. On play action, Fitzpatrick. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now Fitzpatrick. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for 3rd.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
They go play action. Fitzpatrick. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Jabal Sheard able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And this one a 41-yard attempt. The kick by Sanders is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. The field goal we just saw has us now at a 1-score game, and on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up a little bit, you think?
I think up a lot of it.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? It might be like a jackhammer out there on that side of the ball, but here's what the deal is. I think what we've observed is a team that's been playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win. And they've got to get back to that, and that means opening things up again, being a little more free in what they're trying to get done on offense.
They go right back to Mack. And an alley to run. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 46-yard line.
Let's go! Pittsburgh! Eat! Here we go!
On 2nd down now. It's Mack, and he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the Dolphins' 46-yard line.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. They run the counter. Hines. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
Got it! 55! Mark 55!
Here we go.
They'll run on first down. Mack. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
Here we go! Hey, hold on!
Hey, watch that! Hey, watch the ball!
Put up!
Out of the gun, Brissett. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Christian Wilkins coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. That one hurts a bit. That was a golden opportunity to possibly put this one on ice, but he comes up empty.
And how big of a miss might that turn out to be? Stay tuned. There's still time left on the clock. This could be critical.
Still a one-score game. Had he hit that, it would have been 2 scores. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Fitzpatrick. He gets it into the arms of Parker. Complete. And he's got this down to the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Fitzpatrick throwing complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. On 1st down, Laird. And he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
To me, that's a superior play by the backer because he was allowed to, I think, run free on it and make that play. His defensive linemen, they covered things down for him because offensive guys, the linemen, what they're trying to do, as you know, is block the guy at the point of attack and then climb to the next level and get the linebacker. When you're not allowed to climb, you got a free hitter, and that's what we...
And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Taking it in from 2 yards out as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. On that sideline, they're saying that was more like it. The first down run went backwards, that time into the end zone.
And I like their little bit of courage in play calling, too, because after an unsuccessful run, especially one where you lose yardage, you oftentimes go right to throwing the football. They came right back with a running play, and it paid off handsomely.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we are tied here in the 4th quarter. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And the Colts coming out now. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
On third down, Brissett. They'll find Hines out of the backfield. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Switch up, switch up.
And he's got this down to the 35. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Mack on the toss. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at him.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Charles Harris getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. To throw, Brissett. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, he bounced up after taking a sack and took a shot downfield. I think a lot of us thought maybe he'd run draw in that situation. Instead, tried to get it all back in one play.
Yeah, 3rd and long, thought he needed the deep pass, couldn't connect it.
Maybe he was hoping for a penalty downfield to give him the yardage they needed.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He's been terrific so far. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Getting set to go again on offense, here's Devontae Parker now. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete, and he'll be out right at the 35. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it second down. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie. From the 39, Fitzpatrick. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. I don't know that those medium 5-ish yard gains are going to do it right now. Probably should have dropped it, right?
Yeah, that way you save more time on the clock. But I know receivers, they think they can catch it and break a tackle and turn it into a big gain.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Here's Fitzpatrick. And that will be incomplete. So now it's 4th down and short, and whatever they do, run or pass it, they've got to pick up the first here.
Yeah, and you mentioned running it. That is still an option, but as you also said, they've got to do it quickly and get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here's Matt Hawk now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 16 yards the pickup there. The Colts have a first down. Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game. Brissett looks to throw. And his throw is incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Now Brissett. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The way he's thrown the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts first down.
Ken, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Let's go.
A couple of first downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Here's Brissett. That'll be caught by Rodgers. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Hines. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
First down, Colts.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. So it comes down to a man who has done this many, many times before, Adam Vinatieri. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So it comes down to a man who has done this many, many times before, Adam Vinatieri. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. It has the distance, and it is good. Adam Vinatieri does it again. And the Hoosier State will celebrate tonight as the Colts have won it. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. And with that, we sign off from Miami.